Hey everybody, it's Linda Light, and I'm finally feeling more rested and better able to start working on the editing of the documentary. So, as you know, if you follow my channel, I headed out from my home in Pennsylvania. It was time to get on the road and do some self-empowerment reclamation, I guess, some of that work. But it was also time to do grid work, and I didn't know what that really involved till I actually started doing it. So it's been pretty potent, it's been pretty powerful, and I'm just so grateful for everybody along the way that's supported, encouraged, helped, just loved up on me. Like everybody that's opened their homes to me. I'm so grateful. And I want to give a full shout out acknowledgement to all of my patrons and all of my PayPal donators. My website's been down apparently for a little while now, and I didn't know it. So it's okay though, because I still have access to my content. It's just not published, but we're working on something. The Holy Bird Tribe and the Amun-Ra and the Atlan-Ra councils and the people that are working on, their galactic missions, we're putting a website together to be a hub for everybody so that, you want to learn this here, click, you know what websites are all about. I don't need to explain that to you. But we're putting something together that brings all of our gifts together and makes our availability. And this is the mission I'm really stepping into, is more of the galactic work here on Earth. Yes, in this dimension. But I'm bringing it down through this physical vessel. So there's work that I will be doing that some people may not understand and haven't. It's okay. It's not a 9-to-5 job in the system matrix that we were brought up in. It's multi-dimensional work. It's energetic work. And this is why we're here. There's different groups and different people that are here for different reasons. But I'm going to be working a little bit more. I'm challenging myself because this, my phone had run out of space for putting more content as far as combining videos and creating videos on my phone. So I decided I was going to put my journey to Shasta, which a lot of you wanted to see, in more of a documentary. And I'm going to do that. I have some ideas that it's really creative and ambitious for editing, but I'm going to do it anyway. And since I'm going to be staying at different campsites, I'm at Michael's now. I'm in North Carolina, no. I'm in Northern California and trying to keep track of the days, which is getting really challenging. But I have internet and a shower and a place to stay that's safe, and we don't have any karma, so it's like brother, sister, my good soul family here. So I'm going to be heading out in the next couple days, and I think I talked him into going to a redwood canopy trail forest fun thing. So I think when he's off on Thursday, we might do that, and then I'll be going down the coast of California, and the camping isn't opened up fully. There's a lot of state parks along the coast that are still closed, which really sucks. Because come on, California, there's a lot of places a lot of states now too, where masks are optional and things are lifting up and all of that. But okay, I'm not going to get into that. But I am going down the coast. I'm gonna get myself down to LA. There's people I want to visit down there, Santa Cruz, and from there over to Sedona, Arizona, because I'm going to be attending the Cosmic Awakening for one day. I'm going to be there on April 23rd, and that's Team Light. And let me see if I can pull that up real quick. Yeah, so it's called Cosmic Awakening. Yeah. And that's in Sedona, Arizona, with Team Light and some big names going there. So like, I've always wanted to go to one of these events. Now, right now, I'm just being really cautious with my money because I still have to pay for campsites and, you know, things like that when I'm on my own. So, and gas, of course. Gas is my biggest expense when I'm traveling. But I really want to plant myself for like a week in Sedona. So I'm going to go there. I'm going to be staying from the 22nd through the 26th at Camp Avalon. If you guys want to visit me there, you want to come in, I can't promise I'll be there. There's no Wi-Fi. And data is really, really hard, so signals are tough there. But if you're in the area between those dates and you want to stop by and see me, I will be giving transmissions and readings by whatever donation you want to give. If you don't have any money and you want the donation, you want the transmission, activation, or a reading, I will do it for you for free, okay? And if you want to donate, donate. If you don't, you know, maybe bring me a black coffee or something like that. Then we're good. All right. As long as there's some kind of exchange, I'm good. But I would love to see you guys if you're in the area. I have a white car and I have an orange and gray tent, so you can look for me that way. You recognize me in this blonde craziness, it'll probably be up in a bun or something like that. Feel free to stop by. I would love to meet you guys, and I'm sure that people can just, you know, drive in and look for other people in the campsites. If not, just tell them you're looking for Linda Light. Tell them she's got a YouTube channel. She's awesome. We're looking for her. We're going to visit her, and, you know, just pass it on through. And if you want to camp and you want to set up camp there too, you know, great. But do it online. Fill out all the waivers. Do everything you have to do to get your reservations now. April 22nd through April 26th. No, 28th. 22nd through the 28th. It's 6 nights. So, there's that. After that, my plan is a loose plan, but it's to head up towards, of course, the Grand Canyon. Can't miss that. And I really hope Desert View is open by then, but if not, Mathers might still be open. I know the South Room's open at Mathers, but as of the last time I checked, Desert View still wasn't open, and that's really where I want to go. And it's okay. If it's not, it's not. You know, I'm just rolling with the punches here. And I should say, rolling with the waves. There's no more punches anymore. I've learned so much, it's ridiculous, for things that, you know or you think you understand, but until you actually really get into your fears, really face them, instead of avoiding or deflecting, you know, when you actually allow yourself to deal with your inner demons, until you do that, you know, you don't face, like driving over bridges is an example. I used to have a big fear of it, white knuckle ride, but I did it so much now, it's not a big deal anymore. Okay, that could be an immersive, that could be an immersive type of therapy. I'm sure that that's one way to handle it. But there's many ways to conquer your fears. Many, many, many ways. And facing them is ultimately what you'll have to do at some point with some fears. You don't have to face all your fears. You really don't. But once you start collecting your elements and learning some mudras and how to use your technology that's literally built right into your body, you are the technology. So yeah, this is an extension. This phone is an extension of your body, right? It's technology. It's an extension of you. But you don't need this. Now you do in the 3D world, but what I'm saying is you don't need an actual piece of technology, but it can amplify your natural gifts. But what we really need to, we keep saying, well, what can I use? What can I do that can strengthen my field, that can strengthen my powers, that can, you know, accelerate or exponentially make this, you know, a bigger creation? And you know what? I know pyramids and certain rocks and gems and crystals and stones and all of that, they have frequencies and they can amplify and all. Yes, that's true. But you're forgetting that you have that power within yourself. It's a thought controlled process when you get into that inner knowing, that inner clear cognizance of what your abilities really are, and you start facing the rest of your fears, which you can do on your own timetable. But when you start incorporating the elements with that, and you get yourself out into nature, I'm explaining what my journey has been. Not everybody's journey is going to be the same way. Not everybody's going to have to give away all their stuff and make the trek to the mountain and whatnot. But that was what I needed to do. And I needed to do that so I could finalize those battles within, where I'm the victor. I win. Regardless, I'm fighting myself. So I'm the winner. So when you get over that, you can actually stand and face yourself and have a conversation, inside that internal battle that you have. Have that conversation with those fears. Talk to yourself within when you go into meditation. Or if you go for a walk in nature, that's a great time to have conversation with yourself. If you're worried about what other people think, you might not want to be talking to yourself out loud, but getting control of your thoughts is an ABC basic for integrating all that you really are and upgrading and uprising yourself so that you can operate consciously in multi-dimensions. If you're not ready for that, or you're afraid of that, or you don't know how that looks, that's okay. None of us do. We're the blind leading the blind down here. Remember, part of the rules of this game is nobody remembers who they are and what they're capable of. So as we discover parts of ourselves, we're trying to share our process. There's a lot of people out there doing it now. Sharing your process with other people, because this isn't going to resonate with everybody. It's not going to resonate with most people. I'll just tell you that right now. So if you're watching this and you're interested and you resonate, then, good for you, because, you found somebody that resonates with you who can I can share my journey with you. You can understand and glean information from what I say, but it's not about what I say. I'm not a guru. I'm not anybody's private teacher. I have taught people. I do guide people. Yes, that's true. But I'm not your teacher. You are your teacher. Your power is in your higher self integrations. So as you become more knowing of who's on your light side and who's on your night side, as in your higher self on the fourth dimension is on your night side. The astral being, that's always the one that's got you into addictions, following the crowd, doing what pleases other people, taking the easy way out. That's your 4D self. You can call that your ego or your personality or whatever. You can. But, 5D over here, everybody thinks is just heaven. Heaven on earth. Nirvana, Shambhala, all these wonderful names, that's heaven, that's 5D, 5D New Earth. No, it's been hijacked. 5D is a fifth density, fifth dimensional frequency band that can absolutely be seen, felt, heard. So your senses can work in 5D. People are trying to say we're flipping the planet into 5D New Earth. No, I've been saying this for a little while now. I've been trying to teach you guys that 7D, seventh dimension and above, is what we need to be shooting for. It's called 7D infinity. 7D, seven dimensional is what you want to shoot for. That's the plasmic light. That's the area where, all right, so a lot of you guys that are in 5D that can see or feel, even if it's your inner sight, if you can see the new earth, or you can see the crystal cities, or you can see auras around people, or you close your eyes and you can see it, or you're just seeing with your inner sight. People that are aware of what vision creating is in 5D, that's good, but what if you could see the extra layers of energy that are the bubbles around people? These are bubbles of protection. They're clear, white, plasmic rainbow light. All right? This is 7D energy. This is 7D crystalline type of structure that's creating, really, really creating solid formations. And the solid formations, I blogged about this. I'm going to see if I can get the link for you guys. It's an old blog I did, and it was called Cells of a New Reality, I think. Cells of a New Reality. Yeah. So it's all about after the wave, after this happens, after the flash, after all these things, everybody will be able to see what's been going on now. But what you can see now, if you can perceive and you've integrated higher selves, what you can see is the 7D energy is the plasmic bubbles that you can put around people, food, and anything, okay? Anything. Just think of it as bubbles. It's fun that way. It makes it fun. And the bubbles are all around the earth, okay? And some people see them as golden bubbles. That's okay. That's okay too. Because they're bringing in a golden ray, and the plasmic ray is also more, it's a galactic crystalline rainbow type of thing. So you've all seen probably Harry Potter or whatever, when they're shooting their wands up at the very end, and they're enhancing the security bubble field that's around Hogwarts, and they're shooting their wands up, and you see the plasmic light coming out of their wands. It's like a white lightning kind of light shooting up. Okay, think of that, and then you use your hand technologies to bring in the plasmic light. So if you don't know what your mudras are, this is Hand of God, this is Holy Spirit. These all represent like your intention, but this is air, this is fire. Now fire chases water. So if you just look at fire and water up and down, fire, water, right? This is earth. So if you've got water and earth down here and you got fire and air up here, Hand of God, you've got full balance. Holy Spirit, you're taking those elements and you vortexed it. Then you send the plasmic light through the vortex with the Hand of God. So everywhere you go, you are blessing people. You are sending that plasmic light. And you can play, like send a little ball or a little shot or a little lightning bolt up to a birdie that explodes with plasmic, rainbow. So if you can't see this, what you're doing, it's okay. It comes with practice. It comes with that belief too. You got to have that belief like a child. Remember they say you can't enter the kingdom like only if you're a child. Well, you know the sayings. I mess up my sayings all the time, but you literally got to get back to that inner child, that playful child, or so you can start seeing these things, because these are multiple dimensions that are right on top of each other. They're not sitting like stacked the way we like to break it out as humans. They're not stacked, but they're literally overlaid like this. So we'll put it like this. So you can see my pinky and you can see this finger, right? Well, the dimensions are like all on top of each other. And we're flipping it. All right. I could get into a much longer dissertation about that and some teachings. And I like to do that in person, because I like to actually create a bubble around somebody and merge it with my bubble, so that they can have the practice and see the things that I'm seeing, or they can do the things I'm doing, or feel the things that I might be sending over. So I really like to do that. And people that have met me in person now, you guys all know what my field is like. And we all have it. All of us. When we meet up with people of like vibration, we're all activating and healing and helping and teaching and learning from each other. And that's the beauty of this 7D infinity new earth that's coming. I know it sounds a little woo-woo, but look, it's only woo-woo until it's not. And if you've ever experienced any kind of miracle, or what you would call a miracle is something that, is just not normal, I guess, define normal. But if you've witnessed any kind of spontaneous healing, or you think of somebody and then they call, or somebody calls and then you know who it is before you pick up the phone, that kind of thing, you might not want to call that a miracle. You might, but they're just mysteries of the unknown, we'll call it. And in those moments, in that mysteries of the unknown moment, These are the times where you can learn the most. It's like the in between the breath. You know, did you ever just take a breath in and then out and then forget to breathe? Have you ever done that? Have you ever caught yourself like, oh, I haven't breathed, and then you take a breath in? Have you ever done that? It's interesting because the more consciously you realize that your breath is like the gas in a car. If you don't have gas, you can't go anywhere. And you also need, like, you need all the things for the car to work, like oil and stuff like that. You got to get your oil changed, and you got to have maintenance. That's self-care of your body. But your breath, the motor is like your brain, And I know I give some weird analogies, but if you can just try to think of it like your breath is the gasoline. It's universal life force. You breathe it in, you put it into your tank, you breathe it out. That's the output. That's what keeps your car in motion. And we're all in motion. This energy is liquid light. Liquid is always moving. The energy, the life force, the ki, the chi, the prana, the Holy Spirit. I don't care what you call it. Doesn't matter anymore. No more divisions, you guys. Doesn't matter what you call it. Your breath is a Holy Spirit. And you can use it for however you want. You can say the fuck word. You can say this or that. It's an expressive word. It might trigger somebody. Oh, well, sorry. But you're not using your speech to degrade people. You're not using your speech for that. Your speech is a creative gift. And the speech codes that you give codes through your breath. You're sending that out there. So, your breath tied with, say, the Holy Spirit, when you take a deep breath in and a breath out, you're helping to move the energy that you're visualizing, that you're projecting. That's how you begin when you don't see it. When you see it, you'll see how it moves. It'll confirm that for you when you start seeing it. But when you don't see it and you use it, this is the guidelines that you can sort of use it by, Make your intention on your out breath, you're projecting. You can also expand with your out breath. It's just how it works. And if you guys have any questions about this, feel free to ask. I'll do my best to get back to the comments too. I haven't really had a lot of internet time, so I told you before, I will do my best. And if you guys are anywhere out in the Midwest and you're in the area of Sedona or whatever, let me know and stop by if you want to, or get in touch. And if you want me to come teach any kind of custom workshops or anything like that, I'm on the move. I'm traveling. I'm happy to come to you. And I don't have any set fees for that, so we can work out workshop fees or donations or any of that. So if you guys want me to come and do a custom workshop and activations for you, I'm happy to do it. I'm extending my services as I cross the country. So I will be heading up towards Montana for June and the summer solstice up there. I may stay a little bit. I may arrive a little early, a week or two. I'm not really sure how long. But after that, I'm going to be making my way back to the East Coast of Pennsylvania to visit my family. And there's a family wedding, and there's people I want to see and visit and that I love and I miss. So I'm going to be hanging out back in Pennsylvania for maybe a month and a half maybe. And then definitely going back either down south or out west. Haven't decided yet. But there's a lot more to this country that I need to see and places I need to go. So once again, if you guys want to contribute to my gas fund or anything, the PayPal link below will work. The website will not. So when I upload this video, it's going to automatically put in some of the links that I have. At least it should. And the links for the website won't work. So eventually they will. Oops. I'll have to get to that. I think it's like upgrading a payment or something like that, but I don't really need that website right now. But it will be back, I promise, because I love that blog, and I will definitely be working on. I'll be working on stuff. And the new website's going to be called New Earth Ground Leadership. So I announced that in the Holy Bird Tribe. And I had a Holy Bird Tribe tab in my old website. And down there at the very bottom, it had New Earth Ground Leadership. Or New Earth Ground Crew Leadership? New Earth Ground Leadership, I think. Okay. That's enough. I love you guys. I hope you're doing well. And I hope you have a fantastic day. Fantastic week. May you be blessed beyond measure, and may you receive all of the miracles in your life that you deserve, all the miracles that you want, everything that you create. You're creating everything in your life. So, create well, my friends. Namaste, and I will be seeing you soon.